Starting with supine. Supine is the most stable position with the lowest center of gravity. Next you will move to supine on elbows, then followed by supine on hands. Supine on hands is the harder of the two because the center of gravity is highest.
After being in supine, eventually you have to get into prone by rolling. You'll do so by rotating the lower thoracic trunk and lumbar spine. From there, you'll adduct your hip and bend the left knee across the midline. From there, you'll transfer your weight and allow yourself to get into prone. Once in prone, you can then use your forearms to get into prone on elbow, and then from there, go into prone on hands.
After reaching prone on hands, you can flex the knees to reach the 4-point stance. In the 4-point stance, the most stable position is with the arms and legs under the shoulder and hip joints.
To go from 4-point to side sitting, you can go into the weight-bearing side, any side you choose, and that will externally rotate the hip, while the contralateral side will internally rotate.
Moving back to the 4-point stance, an alternate path that you can take is to the plantigrade stance, where the shoulders flex, the hips flex, and the legs extend.
From 4-point to get into tall kneeling, you can transfer your weight backwards posteriorly, flexing the knees, getting yourself to an upright position with your torso and head high. From tall kneeling, you can get into half kneeling by having the posterior leg have most of the body weight and raising the leg with less weight bearing. And that will go into flexion with the hip and the knee, getting you into a half kneeling position.
From half kneeling, with the extension of the flexed leg, you can reach the standing phase. An alternate path from the half kneel is the modified plantigrade, where the flexed knee can extend with the use of another object to get into a standing phase. You can also reach the stance phase from the modified plantigrade after the removal of the object.